The Vera Show. The Vera Show. The Vera Show. The Vera Show. Let's talk about it. 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 On the Vera Thomas Show. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm excited about my guest, Ayanna Pope. And let me just play a little bit about her, and then we will start this show. Yes, that is Ayanna Pope. Let me pull her up. Hello, Ayanna. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today, Ms. Thomas?
I'm good. I'm excited about you being here. And let me
Me
just
too.
share with our audience a little bit about who you are. Ayanna Pope, the founder of Ascended Volition L3C, and was born and raised in the city of Detroit, Michigan, March 22nd, 1989. You just had a birthday.
Yes.
Throughout Ayanna's life, like many, she has to overcome many obstacles that impacted her in ways that only her staggered life as a young adult would tell. In Ayanna's determination to rise above adversity, she launched Ascended Volition L3C, which began as a Christian faith based clothing line after the release of her first self published book, Living from Fullness Empty Acting Empty, I'm sorry. The perfect love story for the bruised, followed by her second book, The Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success, Meeting the Roles of Your Purpose, both released in 2016. Ayanna later proceeded to expand the services that her company provided to include Christian counseling, life coaching, and other business services that would help individuals to evolve to their life journey. Ayanna later founded internet radio platform Cityline Radio, bringing light, bringing life, bringing truth in 2018. And during the COVID 2019 pandemic and quarantine of 2020, she established Paradigm Television Network, or PDTV, a worldwide network with the mission and vision of bringing restored television by means of uplifting, equipping, educating, and uniting its viewers. It was during the height of her generation's experiences with racial injustice, systemic health, social inequalities, global protests, and rebellion that Ayanna responded by organizing and introducing the Lift Every Voice and Speak Up initiative on PDTV to provide a safe space for dialogue for individuals of diverse cultural backgrounds to, despite all odds, contribute their piece of the puzzle to achieving awareness, of cultural realities, equality, security, recovery, and unity for all humans through a series entitled Mankind in August of 2022. Ayanna launched her first TV and radio show, Healing and Hope with Ayanna, where she uses her platform to bring spiritual truth and guidance to her audience to the path of purpose. Ayanna has dedicated her life as a believer to helping individuals heal in their lives and businesses, thrive to shine in the light of all that we are. Yay!
That was a mouthful, wasn't
That
it?
was a mouthful, but I have to let my audience know you are a serial entrepreneur, and it's all for the betterment
Yeah.
of mankind. So
Yes.
I'm going to give you the floor and let you share more about who you are. Tell us about your background, your growing up, and how all of these things have shaped who you are.
Yes, thank you so much for asking. I am actually the youngest of four siblings. Um, I'm my dad's only child, but I'm the youngest of four siblings from a separate marriage. I have always been the inquisitive one, the one that is hyper energetic yet very observant, very intuitive. I've been the little person that kind of has insight on little things that people wouldn't think that a little child would pick up on. I have always loved creativity. I remember growing up, it was a lot of things going on in my household at that time. Of course, every household has its challenges, but I had learned to navigate through that in my own little lane, my own little world, being the youngest child. And I think one of my greatest memories is just sitting on my dad's lap as he would paint different pictures. You know, he's an artist, so he would paint and use pastels and all of these things, which would kind of tap into my creative side. And I think that, along with my mom's gift, she sings. She taught me and my siblings to sing. So I think his creativity and seeing how things would just unfold just by the stroke of his hand, and my mom's musical side kind of like enmeshed together to create this person that I am today, who at heart I'm a worshiper. At heart I'm just a follower of Christ. I'm a worshiper, and from that everything else flows. And so I think that's the foundation of who I am. Like anybody else, you know, you go through school, you go through peers and all the different, you know, growing pains of becoming an adult. And along that journey, you get bumps and bruises. You know, you get your feelings hurt and you bounce back or not. You know, you internalize things. You get a certain perspective based off of who you are. And it wasn't until later that I found the meaning for my life. And that was actually after a very difficult time of my life, where all of the negative experiences that I encountered through life, it kind of like became a snowball, became a snowball. And I started to, not make unwise choices. And it wasn't until, thank God, someone sat down with me and saw who I was despite what I was doing. And thank God for that person for seeing the meat of who I am, the bare frame, and seeing that I wasn't a person to throw away. Thank God for those people who intervened and kind of set me back on the right track. And from there, it's been history from there, growing into myself, going back to that foundation of the creative little girl. I was the enthusiastic little girl, the person who, can they say, if you throw me lemons, I'll make lemonade. That kind of girl. And so from there, I've used my life's experiences, challenges, bumps and bruises. I gave it to God and allowed him to make me what he wanted me to be in this earth. And that's a help to other people who are also on this journey, trying to figure out life and how to live it. I always say, Miss Thomas, that we're all born, but we're not born with a manual to know how to live. And so that's who I am in this earth, to help people on that journey.
And we were all born with purpose.
Exactly.
And God knew who we were before we were even born.
Yeah.
And now it's up to us to determine, okay, Lord, you made me, create what you want from me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you have done.
Yes.
And to know that your parents, it sounds like your parents were very nurturing and very confident in showing you some things that led you to do what it is that you do.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think that they were confident in their own lanes of being who they were, and them working on both sides has shaped me. It shaped me. I'm not now perfect. However, all things work together for the good.
Absolutely. And we're going to be talking about each one of your businesses and what have you. But let me ask you, your purpose. When did you realize your purpose? Yes, that's
when
the
did
question.
I realize my purpose? It was actually in the year of 2015. I had just kind of exited a very, very challenging season where I understood absolutely nothing of what was going on. I was completely turned around. However, 2015, I completely shut down social media. I got in God's space. And I really sought out, what did God want to do with not just what I had gone through, but who I am at heart. In the beginning of this thing, when I first got out of high school, my love and passion was psychology. However, it wasn't until I had gone through my trial and my testing and my failures and my, all of that, that I saw the need to not just be a psychologist or not just be a counselor, but a Christian counselor, because as a believer, we're to care for everyone. So there's no limit to that. But also as a Christian counselor, there's some things that you are able to really dissect and get into and apply the word of God to. And it really brings clarity and understanding to things that are sometimes just strictly spiritual. Sometimes it's spiritual.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because when we consider that we are physical beings, emotional beings,
all of that,
but we are also spiritual beings. And I am convinced that one of the reasons we're having all the issues in families, on jobs, in our society is because we've missed that spiritual piece. Now, let me say this, because we have people from all faiths and all religions, whatever yours is, rely on it. Whatever it is, we are not here to encourage you to be what we are, but we are here to encourage you to tap into your spirituality. Tap into your spirituality. That's where the strength is. That's where the answers are. That's where the hope comes from. Tap into it. Okay.
It's a lot of things that we go through that are spiritual. They are mental, they are emotional, they're all of that. But I believe that everything has a face behind it. There's something behind what we're really dealing with. And as a believer, my word says that we battle not against flesh and blood,
right? Like principalities.
And so we think that we're battling each other, but it's really deeper than that. And so
it is.
So to be able to open things up a little deeper, to really see what we're really dealing with, and navigating through that to find truth, so we can get back on the path to
Absolutely.
to healing and then purpose and just thriving in that, whatever that lane is. I think that's everything.
It
That's
is.
life in itself.
It's everything. It's everything. And I want us to talk about each one of your businesses,
Yes.
and we're going to talk about your books. We got a lot to talk about.
Talk about, thank God we got some time. We got a little time.
Yes, we got some time. So first I'm going to pull up this. This is your PDTV.
Yes.
So you want to talk about that. Tell us about PDTV.
Yes, that's the logo for Paradigm Television Network, which is a inspirational and Christian network. It's a worldwide network, so it can be watched all over. It's available on TV apps Roku, Amazon Fire TV, as well as Apple TV now. The slogan is it says your home for restored television. It's so funny because I had gotten to a place of not wanting to watch TV anymore. I had turned off the TV. You know, if you remember, there was a time where it was a whole lot going on TV, even now. But there was a lot of killings. There was with Black Lives Matter and the COVID and all of this stuff was going on. It would really overstimulate a person, causing anxiety, depression, and all that. And so I honestly just turned off the TV because I found that whenever I would watch it, I would never feel any better than I did when I first sat down. So I just shut it off. And so when I did that, God challenged me. And it was funny because I turned off the TV and he challenged me not to be passive and just turn off the TV when he's given me the power to do something about this. You know, all the innuendos and hidden agendas and all that, we have the power to do something instead of being passive and just letting it happen. And
I
so,
love it. I love it. And so the thing is, the reason Ayanna is a serial entrepreneur is because she sees a problem, and instead of trying to figure out what to do about it, she is inspired to
yeah,
do something about it.
yes,
To do something about it. You know,
yeah.
except for things I cannot change the things I can and
Absolutely.
know the difference. And
Absolutely.
clearly, you know how to make change happen. And
Yes.
that is just amazing. And
Thank you.
so
And we're not a powerless people. I know sometimes it feels like we are powerless, especially when life hits us. You know, sometimes we feel like we can't do anything about it, and that's a lie. That's a lie. We can do something about it. We have to be empowered from or by something greater than us to be able to see the problem, not shut down about the problem, but respond. You know, and so
yeah.
that's what Paradigm Television Network is. You have to
Oh,
restore television.
be the change you want to see. And
Absolutely.
that's exactly what Ayana has done. She is the change she
Yeah.
wants to see, and she wants to include you in it.
Come on.
So you're looking for people who
Everyday
are
people.
able to come on your platform, come on your TV station, and share good news, positive
Absolutely.
news. If you've got a story out there that's going to uplift, encourage, motivate, inspire, and educate, then
Yes.
you want to consider, let me tell you, you want to consider PD TV, a paradigm television network that's changing lives and transforming our situation. That is
Absolutely.
awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right, we're going to go back to one of your other entrepreneurs.
Ascended Volition L3C, which is the parent company of the other platforms that you mentioned. You mentioned Paradigm Television Network and earlier on Silverline Radio. Ascended Volition L3C is the parent company of the two platforms. So this company, we help with anything from healing through counseling, life coaching. We do consulting. We even help people start their LLCs, establish their businesses. We help people who need their business cards established. They need their just getting off the ground. we help you get off the ground because we understand that everybody has a purpose, even if you don't understand it right now. Even if you don't understand what's going on in your life right now, everybody has a purpose. And so we're here to help you through that process of finding out who you are, why you are, and then giving you the tools that you need to get your wings flapping.
I love it. I love it. And now what does L3C stand for?
You know what, L3C, so you know how you hear of LLC. L3C is actually a hybrid between a profit and nonprofit organization.
Oh, really?
It's a hybrid, so it's both.
So you can actually couch yourself as a nonprofit under the same umbrella?
Yes.
And
So
you can help other people do that as well?
Yes.
Okay, we got to talk.
Yeah,
we got to talk.
So an LLC is strictly for profit, of course, but the L3C part, it brings it into a hybrid. So there are some services that Ascended Volition offers, such as mentoring, which is completely free. We don't charge people for that. And in some cases where there are maybe some people who have had a hard life, they're maybe navigating. We work with several nonprofit organizations to counsel them and to, things like that. We help those who fall under those kinds of organizations begin to get moving. So that hybrid piece is very important for those who, they may not have their life set up yet, but, they're trying to move forward. And so that's what that L3C is about.
That's amazing. I want to repeat so that people understand. If you have a business that is for profit, you can get a designation that is a hybrid of profit and nonprofit. This is the first I'm hearing of that.
It was the first that I heard about it. It was the first, yes, for me too. And I said, that's perfect. Because of course we want to make a living, but sometimes it's not all about that. And so in those cases, that hybrid really helps out the people who really need it.
Now, let me ask you, because with the 501c3, you're able to get donations and things like that under the 501c3. Does that apply for the L3C in that there is tax exemption for some of those services that you're offering or some of the things?
Yep. So yes. So for some of the services, absolutely.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I mean, I just learned something. This show is to uplift, encourage, motivate, inspire, and educate. Yes. And that's what we're doing here today. That is good news to
Glad I can teach you something new today.
Yeah, you taught me something new. You taught me something new. All right. And this is the other company that's under the same umbrella.
Yes. Silverline Radio.
You want to tell us about that?
Yes, that's the second platform that's umbrellaed under Ascended Volition, which is also an inspirational and Christian networking. We're leaning more so towards the podcasting end now. It started off strictly as internet radio, but we're kind of like switching over to that podcasting because that's where it is right now with podcasting. It is a national platform. We can be heard in Canada and the Ukraine. But yes, we use the platform for the very same thing, to uplift, to encourage. I feel like we have enough of everything else.
Yeah.
So, somebody has to do it.
Yes. Well, I'm right there with you. Now, let's talk about your books. All right. So here we are. This was your first book, right?
Yep. In 2016, when I first got started in Purpose.
Okay, so let me ask you, when you say living from fullness, acting empty, talk about that.
Well, living from fullness means, again, we all have a purpose. We're all called, but not all of us answer. But we all have a purpose, and we all have greatness on the inside of us. However, that's the living from fullness part. However, there are some roadblocks that tends to get in our way, that causes us to act empty. So if you are an author, or if you are whatever you may be, and you're not doing it, oftentimes there's a roadblock somewhere within your mind, within your emotions, somewhere within that is causing you not to execute, that is causing you to live a life that is empty. And so that book goes through those different roadblocks so we can basically take a walk within ourselves to see why we're not doing it, why we're living, why are we living a staggered life. And it's not to condemn, it's not to anything like that, but just to challenge the thought, because sometimes we can just go on cruise control through our life and we wonder why we're not satisfied, or we may see others who are doing things and why can't I do, or why am I not doing it, when you are just as capable as the next person. However, you haven't found the roadblock that's stopping you. And so we go through that in that first book so we can get unplugged and get moving.
And let me also say, by you not doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, there are people out there
Yeah.
waiting for you,
Yeah.
looking for you, needing you.
Yes. Yes. There was a time, Miss Thomas, where I was living empty. I was living an empty life, even though I felt full. I felt the potential. I felt that there was something I was supposed to be doing. However, I didn't find those places that I'm talking about. And a person can never truly be comfortable living, knowing that they're not doing all that they are made to do. And so I want to get some people unstuck.
Yes, let's get unstuck.
Yes.
Knowing your purpose is the first start. Knowing yourself is the first start. Knowing who you are, what your gifts are, what your loves are, what your passions are. That's how you start to begin to develop your purpose. Also understanding that all the things we go through is to help us
Yes.
with our purpose, and
Yeah.
to we couldn't do what we do if we hadn't experienced some
Right.
things.
Right.
And so let's look at this. Symptoms of greatness. Tell us about that. Oh, I want to ask you, who designed your book cover for this and now this book cover?
So this is actually my last book, my most recent book. The first
Oh,
book,
this
Living
is
from Fullness.
okay.
So Living from Fullness and The Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success, the one that you just had up just now.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden in the Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Man-Made Productions did the book cover for
Okay.
for those two books.
They are awesome. I mean, these covers are amazing.
Thank you. Yep, Man-Made Productions made those two book covers. The most recent one, Symptoms of Greatness, uh, my company made that.
Oh, well, you did a good job, a beautiful
Thank you.
job. Well, let's
Thank
go back to the second book.
Yeah.
All right, The Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success. I love that title.
Thank
The Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success. Let's talk about it.
you. The Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success. We always see the highlights of a person walking in their purpose. We see the glam of it, we see the good stuff of it, but we don't see what it takes to get there. And so the Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success is talking about those obstacles, those obstacles getting to the beauty of what a person's success is. We never see all of those things. We don't see the hurdles. We don't see the challenges, external and internal, to get to those places. So we talk about some of those things, and we help I help in this book the readers be able to conquer those beasts so they can be who they're supposed to be. That's what The Beast Hidden in the Beauty of Success is all about.
And the beast is all the things that we've gone through.
Yeah, the beasts are the challenges, the hurdles, the obstacles that we have to get through to be a TV or radio or podcast host, to be an author, to be. So all of these things that people never see, they just see the author on the page. They don't see
Yeah,
what all came with that journey. And so it talks about those obstacles and how to slay those giants so that we can be who we are called to be.
that's amazing. That's awesome. Now, let's talk about the symptoms of greatness.
Are you really sick or just great?
Okay, all right. Let's talk about, are you really sick or just great? You
Yes.
got to explain that one.
Okay, so symptoms of greatness. It's called symptoms of greatness because before we really realize how great we are, we often think that something is wrong with us. We often think that, you know, we're the oddball, or we're crazy, or we're weird, or we're whatever a person might think. But before we actually realize that we're just great, we see all the things that, the negative connotations of the great things about us. And so it's just really dismantling those negative connotations and really putting the proper name for it so that we begin to properly identify ourselves, so we can walk in our authenticity, so we can walk in who we are.
Yes, and oftentimes we are the ones that's playing those negative tapes
Yeah.
to ourselves about ourselves,
Yeah.
or we are comparing
Mhm.
our greatness to
Mhm.
somebody else's. And
Yeah.
every time we do, we fall short.
Yeah, we beat ourselves up with the words. We accept labels from others who maybe don't even understand who we are, or might not even like who they are, or. And so when you deal with all that stuff, external and internal, we have to find out what the truth is. And the truth is, you're not weird. You may be the first person, the prototype of whatever your lane is. You may be the first to do it, and so we can't get there and truly benefit from our existence, and others benefit from who we are, if we don't properly label ourselves.
Absolutely.
It's
And
misdiagnosis.
this is exciting for me because just, I've been writing and speaking poetry forever.
Yeah.
And it just came to me because people always asking me to give them a copy of the poem. I just recently recognized that I can create workbooks and workshops from my poetry. And I've
Mm,
started doing that. And I'm telling you, the result, I can't believe
yeah.
these things are going to be transformational.
Yep. Yep.
Transformational. And so sometimes it takes us, like, I'm old and still
Yes.
trying to find myself, you know? And so
For those
what you
people who are where you are, where you say like I'm old, there's a quote that says it's never too late to do what you should have done.
I
So as
love it.
long as you're breathing, you are still able to do that thing that you should have did. And so
Absolutely. And my guest last week, 83 years old,
wow.
and still doing it, man, still doing it. So
Yeah.
you're either green and growing or ripe and rotten. And my guest last week was green and growing, and Ayanna, a young person, another end of the spectrum, is
Yeah.
green and growing. And
Yes.
that is just yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. So I need to ask you, what's up? What else is on the horizon for Ayanna?
You know what? I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm loving my family. If you want to change the world, you got to take care of your family. I'm doing that. I would like to get active more in spaces like these, or talking to people, having talks, because so many of us are going through so many different kinds of things.
Yes.
We have all kinds of hurdles and obstacles going on, and I do believe that God has gifted me to be able to navigate in such a way that that nothing can stop you from doing what God has called you to do. You
I
just
know
sometimes
that's
need the right
right.
person. You sometimes just need the right person in your ear. The right person behind you. And so I hope to have more conversations like these in person, or whatever way, to help empower people into their purpose.
That's wonderful. Now you talked about the importance of family. When you talk about that, who are you referring to?
I'm talking about my family unit, but I encourage all people, if you want to change the world, start at home.
Yes, tell me about your family unit.
I am married. Actually, on the 26th of this month, April, I'll be celebrating 5 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Yes, 5 years of marriage. I have I call them my bonus son. I call him my son, but for you all, he's my bonus son. He's 14 years old. He's in ninth grade, so he's just getting into high school. Just making sure he's okay, because kids go through changes and different things, and sometimes we think that because they're younger than us, they don't have their own set of problems.
Right.
So I'm making sure that as I walk out my path and purpose and help others in their path of purpose, that I'm also holding home down, so that everybody still has my presence. And so I thank God for them, and I allow myself the space and the grace to be where I need to be.
That's awesome. Now, does he stay with you?
Yeah.
Ongoing? Okay, that's awesome.
Yep, full time. And so he's getting into that. He's just coming up into himself. And it's like, wow, having a teenager is definitely something else.
Yes. Don't I know? It can be challenging, but
yes, it's
who better? Who better to shape, mold, and help him come into his purpose than someone who's relatively young? Yeah. Helping him do that. That's amazing. Yeah. That's wonderful. Well, listen, I have a couple of commercials that I need to play, and then we'll come back and continue this conversation.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Let me introduce you to ChatBridge. It's a revolutionary new solution for getting great results from your online networking. Today, online networking has become the standard for millions of professionals. However, getting results from your meetings can be a daunting task. But now that challenge has been solved. Everyone knows how hard virtual meeting follow-up is. You go to an online meeting where at the end, people say save the chat to follow up. And now you have a nearly unusable and ugly chat text file to work with. You can now say goodbye to the hassles of downloaded Zoom-type chat records. For the first time, with the introduction of this new ChatBridge tool, you have a simple system to easily import, search, review, follow up, and find opportunities with the people you meet in all of your virtual networking meetings. And we also made it easy to archive all of your chat files and information on the people you met networking for future use. And it doesn't stop there. With ChatBridge, when you select people to follow up with, you can view their exact posts and even click into their website, LinkedIn profile, or Facebook page if they shared it. Then you can import your selected contacts into the powerful EngagePro system or export your contacts to your CRM, email tool, or autoresponder. Following up and getting great results from online networking is now easy and just a click away. Experience the power of the new ChatBridge, and you'll quickly see how to find new clients, get more referrals, speaking opportunities, and JV partners. There's nothing like it. Find out now how economical and easy it is to get the results you want from online networking at chatbridgeconnect.com.
Let me tell you about ChatBridge. If you go to a lot of networking meetings that are on Zoom, and you save the chat, and it's in your Zoom folder, and you open it, and it's all this unorganized stuff, you want ChatBridge. ChatBridge will enable you with one click to organize that jumbled stuff that you see in the chat. It organizes the name alphabetically, phone numbers, contact information, and all of the comments that were made in the chat. You can get a free test run by clicking on the link that I have put in the comments or making a copy of it from the screen. There's nothing like ChatBridge. You'll never find anything else like it. One more commercial.
Hallelujah.
Hey there. Jason McNamara here, and I'm about to drop something truly game-changing your way. Are you tired of the same old 9-to-5 grind? Feeling stuck in obtaining the life you deserve and craving something more? Well, listen up, because I've got something you will not want to miss. Introducing the No More 9-to-5 Club Professional Membership. your ticket to freedom and success in the entrepreneurial world. With our professional membership, you'll get access to weekly coaching sessions, pre-recorded trainings, and a vibrant community of fellow game changers. You get access to technology that will allow you to automate passive income streams, as well as unlock all of our expert-led trainings in the back office so you know where to go for good advice when you need it. You will also use the club to build up a residual income stream with a 2-tier 33% affiliate commission unlocked at this level, allowing you to help people help themselves while generating a residual passive income stream for yourself. And here's the kicker. For a limited time, you can unlock all of this just for a $1.11 donation to our club foundation.
I like this one.
Your first month is on us. So what's holding you back? Click the link below, make your donation, and let's start building the life and business of your dreams together. Here at the No More 9 to 5 Club, we're all about turning dreams into reality and smashing through those glass ceilings.
That's what I'm talking about, Jake.
Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, we've got the tools and support you need to thrive and evolve. And don't forget to sign up for our bootcamp training. It's the perfect way to kickstart your journey and unlock even more perks. So what are you waiting for? Join the No More 9 to 5 Club today and let's make those dreams a reality. I can't wait to see you on the inside. You only get one now. Invest it in your better future. Let's make magic happen together.
No More 9 to 5. Let me tell you about this. No More 9 to 5 is a networking group that serves several purposes. One, an opportunity to network with other like-minded people who are trying to move forward in their lives. Two, it supports veterans. So the proceeds go to veterans. Three, it is a mastermind that gives you all kinds of trainings in all kinds of areas. And it's also a revenue opportunity-based network, an opportunity for you to generate income being involved in this organization. It's also an opportunity, if you do work a 9 to 5, it's an opportunity for you to come and explore additional streams of income that you might be able to get involved in, even if you work a 9 to 5. And it may become your No More 9 to 5. So check out No More 9 to 5. I put the link in the chat. Check it out. Come to a meeting. And remember, it's only $1.11 to join for the first month. And that money goes to the veterans. So check it out. No More 9 to 5. Okay. I have a couple more commercials. However, we're going to come back right now and finish our conversation.
Okay. All right.
So tell me, what would you tell a young person that's just trying to find their way? Because I know you went through some things before you got to where you are. So what would you tell a young person that's trying to find their way?
I would tell them to be patient with themselves. I would tell them to be patient with the process of where they are. We live in a very microwave society, and we want things and we want it now. But we don't understand the value of where we are, what we're going through, even if it's hard, what we're going through and what it's working in us as we go through. And I would let them know that greater is ahead. Don't give up just yet. So be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, and basically the best is yet to come. Just stay the path.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. So let me ask you, what is it that propels you? What is it that makes you tick?
Well, I'm a spiritual person. God makes me tick. You know, I believe that he was good to me at my lowest. You know, what makes me tick is understanding now that nothing that I go through is for me, but it's for everybody else.
Say that again. Say it again.
I understand now that what I go through, what we all go through, is not for us, it's for everybody else. And so often we throw in the towel too early because it's tough on us. But if we can just understand that it's not just for us, it's for everybody else, that's where the gold is. Because
It is.
that's where the gold is. If you just stay a little while longer, if you just endure, persevere, when you get out of that thing, when you get through that thing, now you're equipped if you have been a good student while going through.
And if you're not, you're going to continue to go through.
Yes. So if you're going to go through, be a good student while you're going through, so that you can be that more valuable when you get out of it to help other people. Because a lot of people are going through and they don't have the answers, they don't have the tools. But if you just stay a little while longer, persevere, you'll have exactly what you need.
It is time to get off our pity pots and having our pity parties.
Yeah.
Start having victory parties.
Yes.
It's time.
Yes. So none of us are victims. I'm not a victim person. It can feel, the things that we go through can feel so personal, and it may be personal, but we have to understand that we're victorious, even in it, even going through it. And that makes a difference in how we live the rest of our lives.
Absolutely. And clearly understand we do not have any control over anybody else. We do not have control over how people may treat us, talk to us, talk about us. We don't have any control over that. The only thing that we have control over is ourselves, how we relate, react, and respond. So once we understand that, then no matter what you may be going through, how you perceive what you're going through can make all the difference in the world. And if we can start perceiving that what we're going through is because it's to help somebody else. As we're going through it. And I wish I had thought like that when I was going through stuff.
It took me a minute, but I got it.
I got it too. I mean, I everything that we've gone through, we can teach about it. We can talk about it. We can speak about it. We can help transform lives because we are now trying to be about it.
Yeah. And I can't say it enough. I said it earlier. We're not a powerless people. We do have a choice in the matter. We have a choice in the matter how we turn out. So we have to take that and we have to run with it. We do have a choice.
We have a choice. And it's not the situation, but how we see the situation that can make all the difference in the world. So how do you see your life? How do you see what's going on with you and what's going on with those around you? I'm asking my audience, how do you see you? How do you see what it is you want to be? How do you see what you want to have?
So good.
And how is it? How is it right now? And what is the gap between? And if there is a gap between, Ayanna's phone number is right here. and you know how to get in touch with me as well. So, yes.
Our response to it is everything. How we see ourselves and how we will respond. Man.
Absolutely. Response is very important. So important. And I think the name that you've given your missions, healing and hope. Healing and hope.
Yeah.
Healing ourselves.
Yeah.
Healing ourselves. Now let's talk about some of the ways that people can heal themselves.
Okay. You want to start from the inside or outside?
Let's start from the inside and then come on out.
From the inside, you got to have that time with this one up here. You have to have that time. A therapist is so good. A therapist or a counselor is so good because, sometimes you just need to talk it out. Sometimes you need to get it out of you. and get another set of eyes to look at your circumstance to help you get better perspective and understanding with what you're going through or why you're having a hard time with it and different things like that. So, a therapist or counselor is great,
or a coach.
And a coach is good. You can definitely have both. The more support we have, the better. It helps when you eat good. It helps when you take care of your body, so that you won't physically feel bad on top of that. So, we have to take care of ourselves emotionally, mentally. We have to take care of ourselves, what we're putting in ourselves. We even have to take care of ourselves, what we're putting in here, what we're listening to, what we're watching, because sometimes we feel depressed, down, all kinds of ways because of what we're entertaining. So it's like,
Say it. And people don't understand what goes into your ear gate.
Yeah.
When you are listening to all, the filth of some of the music, the garbage in, guess what? Garbage out.
Yeah, we wonder why we're responding to life the way that we are, because what we're putting in is teaching us. It's a doctrine that we're taking in of how to respond to life and people. And it tells us how to think and see ourselves in this world and all that. So, like, there's so many ways to take care of you.
Yes.
All of that. Even the company that you keep.
Yes. Association breeds assimilation. Mm-hmm. We become what we are around. Yeah. If you want to be successful, if you want to be like Ayanna, then you need to be around people like Ayanna. And I'm not saying that you want to try to imitate other people, because it's not about imitation. It's about authenticity, being who you are. But when you're around people who are successful, people who are living their dreams, people who know their purpose and are walking in it, when you are around people like that, trust me, you cannot help but become more like that yourself, being your authentic self.
On that note, can I mention that the mentorship group that I touched on that my company has for women is called Refine Women Who Rise. And it's a support and mentorship group. So we meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's virtual. Once a month, we actually get together and do something, but it's virtual. So you can be in your slippers at home and join this group and have support, a support group around you and mentoring going on, so that you're growing, you're being refined.
And when is it?
It's every Thursday.
At what time?
At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Every Thursday?
Yeah, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, wow. You're missing your group tonight to be on my show.
That's okay. I put it out there because I'm growing up other leaders. And so I put it out there that, hey, if you're bold enough, take over the group tonight. Pick a discussion piece. This is what it's about. We have to have people walk with us and pull on the strengths that we have and not be intimidated by them. Pull on those strengths that we have so that we can all become who we're supposed to be in the earth.
Absolutely. And it's in your Facebook group?
So on Facebook, they can just type in Refined Women Who Rise.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Just put, okay. Search.
Refined Women Who Rise on Facebook. And that's our women's group. It is Christian faith based. We learn and grow in all kinds of ways. And there's also a men's version called
Really?
Yeah, there's a men's version that actually my husband helps out with. He has a whole story of his own, but he helps mentor young men, and help them transition maybe out of the street life and help them transition.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I'm gonna have to have the two of you come on together.
Sure. Yep. So So that's that for the men. It's called Transition 7 on Facebook, and that's a mentorship group as well for men.
Okay, that's awesome. This is saying your browser has blocked your screen. Please click the can you do you are you looking at us anywhere else? Icon in your address bar and allow access. Then reload the page. Are we not on?
I see that we're live.
Okay.
Yep,
All
we're
right.
live.
Okay.
We're
Well,
live.
let
All is
me
well.
do
It's
that.
still counting down.
Okay. That scared me. It's like we're not on.
Yes,
Okay.
I see we're
And can you
live.
believe we only have 5 minutes left? I do have another commercial I need to play.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and wrap up some things.
Ah, you amazing souls. I see that you have a lot of questions, and I understand. And all this is about the upcoming mental health conference right here in New York City on the 24th and 25th of April. I understand more than anyone else, attending an in-person conference is very overwhelming. And you may have a lot of concerns about the audience and selling your products and the value of your talk. However, I want to assure you that as a speaker, your voice and experiences have immense value. Your journey, struggles, and the person you have become are incredibly powerful, and by sharing your story on stage, you're offering something unique and impactful. Remember that you are not just selling a product or service, but rather sharing a part of yourself that can inspire and make a difference in the lives of those who listen. As for attendees, please believe in the influence you have cultivated through your followers. New York City is a vibrant hub of energy, and I have no doubt that many of your amazing followers will be eager to hear you speak and meet you in person, as well as experience the incredible energy you have to share. Your presence alone will be a magnet for those who resonate with your message. You see, I speak from experience when I say that this conference is an opportunity for you to make a significant impact. Your trauma talk is a vision that has been brewing for a while. Now it is a reality. See that? I want to encourage you now to click that link and help me to make a difference right now. All you need to do is take the first step and invest in yourself and register, and Ra will meet you in person in New York City, where we can connect and share more powerful energy. This is Ra, and I love you all.
Your trauma talk. Let me tell you, first of all, the April event was filled, and so he's doing it again June 13th and 14th. Let me tell you, if you are a speaker and you've gone through some things, just like Ayanna said, we go through these things to help other people. And so your trauma talk is an event that will enable you to not only share your trauma story and how you have overcome, but it's also an opportunity to sell your products and your services on stage. And it's in New York City on Broadway. Can you imagine a venue on Broadway where you are sharing your story and making a difference in the lives of other people? The link is in the chat. However, if you are on Facebook, Facebook does not allow it because of the word trauma that's in it. So copy it. Copy this address and check it out. And let me see you at your Trauma Talk event on June 13th and 14th in New York City. All right. All right. Oh my God. We only got less than a minute. Okay. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give you the final words. I want to thank you for being here, and you will be back with your husband so that we can talk more about your relationship and how together you have become a power couple and you're making a difference in
Yes,
many people's lives.
yes. All I have to say is don't discredit where you are. Don't discredit what you're going through. You are valuable. You have something to offer this world. So stay the course. Don't give up and keep believing.
Amen, amen, amen. And with that, we will see you next Tuesday for another exciting show. Thank you, Ayanna, for
Thank you
being
so much
here.
for having me. I appreciate it. I have fun.
God bless you. And if you would hold on a minute, I would appreciate it.
The view